Good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator, here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. So today on episode 413, I'm actually going to talk about a subject that many are not talking about. And really, I want to talk to you about 5 reasons why you have not started your business yet. And really 5 reasons to stay away from starting a business altogether. And of course, starting a business is not for the faint of heart. If I give you 5 reasons to start your business, you'd probably be looking elsewhere because you've heard all of them already. And indeed, everyone wants to be their own boss. Guess what? You want to follow your own passions, right? You want to make more money. You want to diversify your income, ergo job security. You want to take advantage of tax benefits. After all, who would not? And of course, you want to spend more time with your family the way you want to and have your own flexibility in terms of your time. But what they don't tell you is that what has pros also has cons when it comes to business. And these cons may be keeping you from starting your own business. And the reason is because they can be truly challenging. So I'm going to go through a list of 5 of these cons and help you decide whether starting a business is for you. And of course, if you've already got a business and you're just hitting some snags along the way, these will remind you that you went into business knowing there would be challenges. But in the end, I just want to say to you, you've made the right choice. Just keep moving forward. So come along with me. Let's review these 5 reasons that are keeping people from starting their own business. And that may be you. Number 1, financial commitment. You see, when it comes to starting a business, what we're talking about here is a financial risk. Some folks will even put up their house as collateral. You see, you've got a mortgage and you already have some equity in the house, so you could go and get a line of credit on your house and still put up your house as collateral when you're starting a business. Now, financial investment could also say you want folks that are coming in to help you in the business. You may not be at the point where you're starting, especially a small business, to have great funds, right? So you may be looking for some venture capitalists. But that doesn't happen. Venture capitalists don't come into businesses where they're investing less than $5-10 million at a clip. Sometimes, smaller. But the reality is you're starting at a point where you're going to have to put something that you own as collateral. The house, for example. So question is, what will you put up? Now, there is such a thing as sweat equity, but sweat equity will only take you so far. Now, in the 5 business models that I share with you, there is one which is most profitable. And as such, it's important for you to learn how to build a business without a lot of upfront capital. And that's why you need to review that ebook that I've made available. You can always download it here. So, what about the second reason that's keeping you from starting? Time devotion. And of course, if you have a business, it's like raising a kid, right? Because you're likely to have to work long hours. And sometimes we kid ourselves and say, yeah, I went into business to have my own time. Yes, you will. But first, remember, you're raising a baby. Your business. When you wrote that business plan, everything looked hunky-dory. And you thought to yourself, you were just going to buy yourself a job for a 9 to 5. No. Being an entrepreneur is beyond 9 to 5. Because now you're dealing with every issue that comes down. And you may be saying, well, I'd like to take more vacations. In reality, having a business, until you have other people working for you, your vacation time will be limited to jumping on the phone while you're on vacation with clients, unless you tell them you're away. And even then, issues can happen. You see, it's not like a job where you clock in and clock out. It requires that you be on your feet and thinking at all times. And frankly, like I shared with you, if you had a child, you would not leave that child alone for too long, if at all, especially a baby or a toddler. So starting a business requires great time devotion. And you may be afraid to start one because you're saying, I don't have that kind of time. I have enough already with my job and my family. Now, what about number 3? You've got to focus on the minutia or details. Oh my gosh. Are you detail oriented? If you're not, starting a business may not be for you. Well, not really, because you can always hire somebody that can pay attention to the details. And maybe if you're a married person, your spouse is a detail oriented person, whereas you're not. But here's the thing. This is common. You go in business for yourself, wanting to be your own boss, but you forget that you'll be wearing many hats and you'll have to pay attention to a lot of details. You see, remember, even when your business is worth $1 million, you can still find yourself still dealing with a lot of the details. The average number of people in a small business in America, of which there are 28 to 29 million of them, is about 2. That's the average number of people. Now, there are some small businesses with more than 2 people in them, of course, but the average is 2. So you'll definitely have to pay attention to details and attend to way more than you bargained for. Now, what about number 4? This one is a good one. It's called inconsistent income. Going into business requires that you have faith, because here you are stepping away from a steady paycheck, right? And this is the beauty of a job. You got a paycheck that comes every other week, depending on your job, either every month, every week, or every other week, you're getting paid. Now, your income may not be steady when you're starting a business, but that's why I said it requires faith. You're going to have to step across and create more. And the way you do that, you've got to put more offers in front of your prospects, which means what? You got to find those prospects. Which way do you find prospects? How do you attract them? You've got to be marketing. And you know what? This is where a lot of small businesses fall. They do a grand opening and they forget that the marketing must keep going. It must keep moving. And they think just because I have a location, people will find me. And just because people give me a few references, I'm good. Yes. Ultimately, you want your business to work based on references. You want people to come to you because they've heard about you through a friend. But what I'm saying to you is you still have to do marketing. You still have to get in front of your potential prospects, your potential customers, I should say, because prospects are the people who discovered your business and you've given them a reason to turn their head and look your way. So if you don't want an inconsistent income, you've got to get consistent at your marketing. You got to do advertising. You got to go do publicity. You got to participate in things that when you have a job, you don't necessarily have to do, except the company you work for may be doing those things. So your income will be inconsistent as long as your marketing is inconsistent. And this is an important one. Now, what is a 5th reason that may be keeping you from starting a business or diving head in? Strain on your emotions. And this is important. You may have to undertake unpleasant tasks. Like what? Maybe you have to fire someone, or maybe you refuse to hire a family or a friend. You see, people's work ethics in business is a big deal. Meaning, people you're dealing with, you want to make sure that they're doing what they say they're going to do. And when it's family and friends, it's tougher on your emotions, and emotions can flare up. And so many times when you have to get to a point where you have to talk to each other and go head to head and confront, that can become an issue. And that can strain you, right? And a lot of times, instead of dealing with the situation and cut our losses short, we end up not doing that. We end up just pushing it under the carpet, sweeping it under the rug like it's not going to flare up again. You see, you may allow others to become parasites because you're not willing to deal with the truth in your business. So that can become a strain on your emotions. So what else do we have? I got a bonus for you. And this one is important because when it comes to starting your own business, you have to remember this one. And some people look at it as a con. You got to learn new things. Remember, I talked to you about wearing multiple hats. You may need to learn new disciplines like filing, bookkeeping, inventory control, right? Production planning, advertising, promotion, market research, all kinds of things about managing and building a business and leading people. And you know what? Some of us don't go in business because we don't want to learn more. Did you know that the average person after they leave college don't pick up a book? Only 2% of them do. That's crazy. Yeah, they may pick up the newspaper. Again, only few of them do. But here's the point here. You're going to be responsible to learn new things to make your business successful. I was speaking to a businessman yesterday and he said, yeah, I'm learning some new things, Pierre. You know, it's really good. And I'm glad I'm learning these things. And they have to do a lot with marketing. And I know some of you out there, you need coaching. And it's important. There's nothing wrong with that because you need to know that as you build a business, you've got people around you that can give you that sounding board and help you move forward. So if you have not yet started your business, you owe it to yourself to learn more about the 5 business models. And I describe those in my book, The Most Profitable Business Model Yet. I invite you to download a copy when you jump on eonthemove.com/21 days. Why 21 days? We're currently doing a 21-day challenge to go live every day and share about our businesses, meaning do the marketing, do the lead generation necessary, let people know about it. So jump in. I look forward to seeing you and absolutely to challenge, inspire, and motivate you as always. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator. I'll catch you on the next episode.